The Senate voted again yesterday, and the government remains closed for business. The GOP-backed funding bill failed 54-46 after Democrats refused to support a short-term measure that included border security provisions and spending caps. Imagine that. Democrats opposed to those things. As the shutdown enters its 23rd day, federal employees remain without pay for now, and the deadlock shows no sign of breaking. Democratic leaders have rejected every Republican proposal that reduces spending or reins in health care subsidies. Republicans have offered multiple continuing resolutions to keep agencies, basic agencies, open while negotiations continue. Each one, however, blocked by Senate Democrats. Nearly 900,000 federal employees are furloughed and millions more working without pay. The economic impact is estimated at $15 billion per week, according to independent analysts. The longer the stalemate lasts, the more damage it does to federal operations, contractors, and local economies that are, in fact, tied to government payrolls. House Republicans, led by Speaker Mike Johnson, continue pushing for spending cuts and border security language in any funding deal in the future. Senate Democrats, led by Chuck Schumer, insist on full funding for social programs and new appropriations above Trump administration targets. This is an impasse, and that impasse is the Democrats' refusal to accept a temporary funding bill, and it's kept the government at a standstill. Essential security agencies like ICE and DHS are now operating with minimal staffing. Data teams, field support, and training programs have been suspended. Airport operations have slowed, and grant funding for state security initiatives remain frozen. Here's one Democrat laying it out, almost saying the quiet part out loud.
I mean, shutdowns are terrible. And of course, there will be, families that are going to suffer. We take that responsibility very seriously. But it is one of the few leveraged times we have.
To respond, we bring on Congressman out of Alabama, Barry Moore, here with a reaction. What do you think?
Well, Chanel, this didn't have to happen. I mean, in reality, this CR is clean. It's 24 pages. It didn't have an increase in spending. There wasn't a Christmas wish list for the Republicans in this CR. It was a matter of just funding the government, keeping it open so we could get through with the appropriations process. And I think the member just mentioned that, this is their leverage. And Schumer said a couple of weeks ago that this is good for them. And in fact, it's good for the political party, the left in this country, and the small dollar donors. Ossoff said he raises $3 million if the government shut down. He's a Democrat senator from Georgia. And it's unfortunate they're willing to use the American people as leverage to fundraise on and to try to get a Christmas wish list for the far left in this country. And it's simply something we can't do. I'm encouraged. The president's united. The Republicans in the Senate are united. The House, we passed it out as Republicans. And you simply need 5 Democrat senators to do the right thing, step up and open the government instead of penalizing the American people for petty political wants.
I've spoken to quite a few of your colleagues, and the going narrative on the street is that this is going to be a fight that goes on for a little longer than anyone really forecast when it first started off.
Yeah, this extension was fairly a short process, just a few weeks. And by the time the Democrats, if in fact they do come to the table, it'll be interesting to see how we address it. We couldn't do another short-term CR because we'd be right back where we're at right now. And I had a meeting with a number of senators last night, and it's anybody's guess what the Democrats are going to do, but it's just unfortunate, again, that they want to punish the American people, the working soldiers, government employees, just so they can get a few things more, well, $1.5 trillion more. And basically what they want to do, Chanel, is undo the first 10 months of President Trump's term. And all the work that we've done to put downward pressure on spending to try to get the budget under control, to stop this runaway spending. We're at $38 trillion. The debt's $105,000 a second. $105,000 a second, see interest on that. And so we just tried to put downward pressure on that. We didn't want to put illegals on Medicaid, things that make sense to American people, and they are simply using this as leverage.
Well, it's also topics that are fairly popular with the American voter. If you only isolated the issue of border security, you would think that was something they would at least go along with, because the majority of America wants border security and they want for Trump to continue his immigration policies right now. Could you split this up? And if you just posed it as an immigration problem, I mean, what is stopping the Democrats from going along with what is supported by the voter?
For all our viewers asking where One America News is heading in the future, we would like to introduce you to OAN Live. OAN Live is the best way to stay up to date on all of the hard-hitting, straight-shooting, national and international headlines. And the best part is, OAN Live is only $4.99 per month. All the credible, honest, unbiased reporting One America News offers at a fraction of the cost of cable. Just go to OANN.com to easily sign up for OAN Live and stay informed.